Hi, it's Mandy again. Tonight in this masterclass I'm going to be talking about intuition. Using your intuition in your business, which is something that is spoken about but often disregarded, not because the world is run by awful patriarchal systems, although in many places it is, but simply because we are never taught to learn to trust our intuition. When we were small and when we were children, and probably throughout your life, there's been times when you just had a feeling or you knew something was going to happen. You know, your gut instinct was right and you didn't follow it because your logic took over. And there's many reasons for that. One of them being that we're simply taught to go down the logical route. We're taught to follow a crafted plan. We're persuaded to follow other people's tried and tested plans for doing things. But ultimately, as humans, and particularly as women, we have a very, very strong intuition. And if you're able to tune into that intuition in your business, it will lead to you probably making the right decisions, making decisions more quickly, feeling more aligned in your business, being more happy in your business and your life, and also ultimately having a more successful business, because it will fit in with all your other priorities and you'll keep making one intuitive decision after the next. You'll learn to trust your intuition a bit more, and all those self-doubts and negative conversations we have in our head, well, they'll never completely disappear, but they'll lessen and things will feel more easy. So I'm just going to share with you 5 ways that your intuition can really help you in your business. So the first way is enhanced decision making. We really do make the best decisions from our gut feelings and from our instincts. Depending on where you sit also in the human design world, if that's something that has interested you or you've ever explored that, many of us make decisions from our sacral, so from literally our gut feeling. You know that feeling when you say yes to something and you know almost immediately that you should have said no, but you do it anyway because you feel that you should. Trusting your intuition allows you to make more of those no decisions more easily, to set healthy boundaries. It also means that when you make a yes, it's a real hell yes, it's a full body yes, and it feels really good and it feels really aligned, and it starts to take your business in the right direction. So start trusting your intuition, and then you learn to trust it even more, and it gets easier and easier, and actually your intuition becomes stronger. It's like a muscle. The more you use it and the more you trust her, the more she shows up and the easier it feels to make those really full body yes decisions. This means that your business goes in the right direction for you, one that's really aligned. You'll attract the right clients because they'll feel that alignment in your business, and you will be happier and your life will be easier. So first of all, you get a much more enhanced and decisive decision-making process if you trust your intuition. Going with your intuition also means that you have greater emotional intelligence, so you can pick up on what's happening around you. For example, in a circle setting, because my emotional intelligence is pretty honed right now and I've worked at it, I can sense whether mums are comfortable, whether they're uncomfortable, whether the conversation is triggering for them, how they're feeling. I'm also aware of the different energies between the people in the circle, and that means that I can be very in tune in that circle setting, so I can make sure that everyone feels safe. After the circle, it gives me time to sit back and think, do I need to check in on that person? How is that person feeling? Make sure that they're all right. It also means that I can come up with ideas for invitations and conversational pieces in my circle that will resonate with the women in there, because I've used my emotional intelligence to recognize the subtle shifts in their energy, their body language, the words that they're using. And by honing my emotional intelligence, it means that I trust my gut feelings on how I feel other people are feeling in my circle setting. It also means I make better decisions in people that I want to collaborate with in my business, or the business opportunities that I want to pursue. I get invited to talk at things or to participate in things, and I used to say yes to everything, thinking that, you know, that's the best way to get my business out there, that's the best way to raise my profile. And I realized that some of those things weren't aligned, and actually they were draining my energy, and I was doing them because I thought that it would tick a box, or I felt that I should, and they were making me unhappy. And since I've been using this intuition and honing my emotional intelligence, it has actually really helped me to set some healthy boundaries, which mean that my business doesn't get overwhelming. It means that my life doesn't become overwhelming, and I'm still able to be there for the girls when I want to be. Not all the time, because business and life mean that you can't always be in exactly the right place at the right time or where you'd need to be. But I've been able to set better boundaries and say no to more things by trusting my emotional intelligence and just getting a feel for the energy of the people or the thing that I might be collaborating with. But it's also led to some really beautiful collaborations as well that I'm really grateful for. It's also helped me by using my intuition to build some really beautiful relationships with the clients that I support, to be able to ask the right questions, the questions that help them to be open and honest about their feelings, to sit in silence in a coaching or a circle session without feeling the need to fill that silence, because my intuition is telling me that what the group or what that person needs right now is quiet and stillness and slowness. So by trusting my intuition, I don't fill space, I don't overwhelm people by suggesting lots of things. I'm able to really hold them safely and allow them an opportunity to open up and get whatever it is they need from either the circle or the coaching session. And by trusting my intuition and my instincts on how that person is feeling, it helps me to ask the right questions and to give them the space and the sense of safety that they need. Sometimes you have to be logical as well, but when I was in a much more logical space, I would find myself doing things such as trying to think of the next thing to say whilst that person is still speaking, sometimes finishing their sentences, sometimes assuming that I know what they're going to say when I don't really know what they're going to say. And also, particularly in my lawyer days, when I did used to fill space more, I think in the filling of that space, I took away the opportunity for, in my lawyer days, the other side to say something which may have been helpful in a negotiation or certainly helped to move things forward. So trust your instincts in your business, particularly when you're in one-to-one or circle settings, to allow you to sink down and think, what do I feel that these people need me to ask right now to help them, or do I just need to be quiet? So trusting your intuition can be really helpful in really building authentic connections with your clients and giving them exactly what they need to heal often. A circle space is a really healing space. That's actually what we're doing by creating spaces for women and mums to come together. Also, allow your intuition to innovate and problem solve for you. There's always a logical route to solve a problem, and that's probably the route that you've been going down for a long time. And sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes it might give you a solution that doesn't feel right, it doesn't really resonate. Again, by going into your intuition, being creative, allowing your feminine to step forward, to look at things from a different perspective, to take time out, to decide that actually I can't solve that problem now. I'm not going to go into that masculine mode of having to solve that problem now. I am going to go out for a walk. I am just going to listen to a song. I'm going to have some lunch now. I'm going to give myself a break, and I'm going to look at that problem from a different perspective. So, for example, when I am, I'm trying to innovate or do something in my circle space that's a bit different, I make sure that I've either been for a run or I've gone for a walk, and I just brainstorm whatever's going on in my head. And even if I think they're bonkers ideas, I put them down on paper. I don't dismiss anything, which is what my kind of logical brain would like to do. And then I map them all out on a piece of paper, and actually I have fun with stuff, and I throw things into my mother circles that probably are slightly bonkers, but fun, and then just see what happens. As long as I feel that everyone is going to be safe, then I look at things from a different perspective. And because we are innovative in our problem solving by using our female intuition, it also means that we are not fixed. So I felt in my lawyer days, and people used to say to me that I was very in the box, that I wasn't good at thinking outside of the box, at solving problems or moving things forward, and that I wasn't very good with change. But actually I've realised I am very good with change when I'm sinking into that flow feel of the feminine. I'm less fearful, I'm less afraid of making changes in my business, in my life. I will try things. If they don't work, I don't beat myself up about them. I actually celebrate the fact that I tried, and at least I gave it a go. I know that nope, that doesn't suit me. Even if some things are kind of financially successful and mums want to come to them, I now know that actually if they don't feel good for me, they're not going to spark me for other ideas. But I'll try things and I'll give them a go. I'm not fixed. I think outside of the box. That really helps me with my coaching work, because I sit back and I feel the energy of the person I'm working with or the people that I'm working with, and I ask them probing questions, but I can also sense through my intuition what might work for them, and different things work for different people. So you may notice this if you're already working with, say, groups of mums, that one group feels very, very different to another group, and something that worked really well in that circle space you don't feel is going to work in this circle space. So rather than trying to shoehorn every group of mums into the same kind of circle themes or invitations, I adapt and I flow, and I'm not fixed. It also means that I'm not so hard on myself, and I'm not so judgmental on myself, and I'm happier. And when I'm happier, I'm a better mum, I'm a better wife, I'm a better friend, and I'm just generally nicer to be around, and my life doesn't feel heavy. So in a nutshell, your intuition is amazing. So please don't discount her in your business, and please, please tune into your gut feeling and hone her like a muscle. The more you use that gut feeling, the more she's going to get stronger, and the more you'll trust her, and the more you'll keep leaning back on her. So you'll make better decisions, you'll have greater emotional intelligence, you'll build those beautiful connections with your clients, you'll solve problems in a different, easier and lighter way, and you'll find that you're not fixed, that you're able to flow, you're able to allow things to come and go, and you'll be less harsh and less judgmental on yourself. At the end of the day, I would always wish for you a successful business, but financially and soulfully successful. So one that pays the bills and contributes in the way you need it to financially, but also one that feeds you and fills you from the inside. It's all about being a soulful entrepreneur and a woman who is aligned with her feminine gifts and graces and runs her business from that place so that she's happy and fulfilled. And there are such easy ways to align with your feminine energy. You can sing, dance, write, walk, get outside, talk to the trees, do yoga, have a bath,